former child actress, current now writer. You can check out her stuff at MaraWilsonWriteStuff.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Mara Wilson.
Mara Wilson! Hello, thank you. Sorry, my voice is a little shot. I have a sinus infection, not contagious, don't worry. And I've been going through Kleenex like a teenage boy who just discovered that he can search the word porn on the internet. So, all right. So this is more of an essay than comedy, but here we go. When I was a young child, I did some film acting, and like all child actors, I don't think I really believed that I would live past the age of puberty. At least I had no goals or plans for what I would do, but I knew I wanted desperately to perform on stage. I loved musical theater. It was my passion. I wanted to be Julie Andrews and have her voice. I wanted to have like fighting dance sequences in the streets like the Jets and the Sharks. There's a Far Side cartoon where some circus kids run away to join corporate America. I wanted to, I know, hilarious. I wanted to run away. I wanted to run away from Hollywood and join community theater. Unfortunately, I lived in Los Angeles, and a cup of yogurt has more culture than Los Angeles. So there really weren't many opportunities for me to perform on stage. But then my life changed forever when I discovered show choir. See, John Burroughs High School Vocal Music Association was Glee 10 years before Glee. It really was. I mean, we had the glitter, we had the sequins, we had the big hair, we had the Journey covers, all of that. And I'm not going to go into the description of it because I think Glee has so saturated our culture that most people know what show choir entails at this point, even if they really don't want to. Most people come to LA looking for fame, and the kids who tried out for show choir were no different. They were attractive, they were popular, the homecoming queen was always a girl from the top choir, and they would actually sell buttons of like the hot guys in choir to these giggling freshman girls for a large profit. It wasn't a hobby. It wasn't. It was like they were majoring in choir, you know? They were studying to be the next Idina Menzel or American Idol, and I knew I had to be one of them. So there were 4 choirs. There was the 2 beginners intermediate choirs, there was an advanced women's choir, and then there was Powerhouse. Now, Powerhouse had just won a national championship. All the cute guys were in it, and being placed in one of the lower choirs meant a lower social status. You had fewer chances to compete and perform, and you would get pitying looks from all your friends who'd been placed higher. Now, by the time I auditioned for choir, I had played the title role in 1 film, and I had had large parts in 4 others. I had met the Queen of England, I had performed at the Academy Awards, but I was never more terrified than when I auditioned for show choir. I went in, and I shakily sang 16 bars from Guys and Dolls to a darkened auditorium. I was shaking all over, my voice was shaking, and at the back of the auditorium I heard somebody say, "You're nervous." Yeah, I'm nervous. You, of all people, are nervous? I mean, God, just because I was a child star, they thought I was going to be, like, comfortable on stage. What's with that? But I didn't know how to explain, but my social life was in this choir director's hands. So my nerves got the best of me, and I was put into one of the beginners' choirs, one of the lower-level women's choir, and I was devastated, but I told myself, okay, you can't let this get you down. This is a stepping stone, not a setback. So I mastered the step touch and the box step and the grapevine, and I started taking singing lessons just so I could move up. And the second time I auditioned, I sang "I'm Gonna Wash That Man Right Out of My Hair" to a darkened auditorium, and I heard the choir teacher say, "Very good, Mara, loved it." When I found out I got into the advanced women's choir, I jumped up and down and screamed. All my bitterness was gone immediately. This meant that I was talented, that I was worthwhile, and I was going to commit myself like hell. So I bought hair curlers and hairspray in bulk, and I wrote in my journal all about the joys of having 2 competitions in 1 weekend and not sleeping and getting a 1-measure solo win and when God-fearing women get the blues. And damn the expense, I thought. Damn the expense, damn the hours of sleep lost to rehearsals and out to do sectional meetings and the endless fundraisers and the disappointment when the same fucking girls' choir from San Diego beat us again and again and again and again. Fucking Bonita Vista Sound Unlimited. It was worth it. 20 minutes on stage of transcendent bliss. My parents took to calling it a cult. Although, honestly, I think a better example would be the Holy Roman Church at, like, the height of its, in the Middle Ages, just gigantic and overfunded and in control of every aspect of one's life. Or actually, another good example I think would be a cocaine habit. So that year, we had the chance to go to nationals, and Powerhouse, which I was not in, but they had come from this first place winning streak all over. They did Van Halen's Higher, and it was awesome. And I was in Sound Sensations. We had a respectable, Sound Sensations. We dressed in pink, salmon pink dresses, kind of like my nails, and we had a respectable third place winning streak, and we were competing against choirs from Indiana and Iowa, and I remember looking at them, these big haired kids, they were virtual Aryan youth, and they were dressed in pastel sequins and singing, Neil Diamond's Coming to America, every time the flags unfurl, they're dreaming of America, and I thought, oh my god, I wonder if they know how lame they look. Never occurred to me that maybe we kind of looked as lame as well. And when it came time to announce the winners, it was Middle America that won and not us. So on the plane back home, I was wondering, clearly show choir was a little more subjective than I had thought. Maybe it wasn't something someone really could be the best at. Then why, I wondered, was I even doing it? I mean, all the money and time I'd spent, what was it for? Yeah, performing was fun, but to what end? I mean, I wasn't in Powerhouse where all the cool kids were. I still wasn't popular, and definitely wasn't having sex like all the cool kids were rumored to be doing. So, and then I thought, you know what? Even the kids who are in Powerhouse aren't doing so well. They're not famous singers. They're not on American Idol. They're not the next Idina Menzel. They're mostly hanging around the choir room creepily, reminiscing about their glory days, or creepily hitting on underage girls. They're not living their dreams. So back in California, I recounted my disappointment with the competition at my parents' dinner table, and I ranted about the state of Indiana and how I hated it, and I would hate Indiana for the rest of my life because the top choirs that had won were from Indiana, and 3 of the judges were from Indiana, and I fucking hated Indiana. I still do. And my stepmother handed me a card that said congratulations, and I stopped talking because, you see, in the midst of endless choir rehearsals, I had actually auditioned for a boarding school for the visual and performing arts. And there I learned that I could actually perform and kind of figure out where I was going in the future as well. So I got in when I was at Nationals. My parents got the letter. And so I enrolled, and I spent the next 2 years writing plays about Tony Kushner and Commedia dell'arte, and and acting in John Ware plays, and it was still the same rush that I'd gotten on stage, but it was so much better. And I went to college in New York, and I've stayed ever since, and it's been about 10 years in the show choir. When I look back on it, it seems like kind of a strange dream that I once had, and now that Glee is on, now everybody knows about my strange dream. So most of the time I just kind of laugh it off, and I think, that was embarrassing. It was fun while it lasted. But every now and then, I hear a song, or I smell some hairspray, and it just immediately, in this moment of Proustian reckoning, takes me back. And so, with some of the choreography intact, I'm going to be performing for you one of the songs that I did in show choir. And I want you guys to sing along because I'm not used to singing this song by myself. Woo!
Really got
people might come in, and then we would lose our funding. I'm not kidding. And we sang boy, not girl, because we were a girls' choir. And God forbid we be lesbians. Oh, you really got me now. You got me so I